Hello, it's time for another Yi Fa Qi Gong video, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the hands and positions and spacings and movement on the body. You should already know that in the Yi Fa Qi Gong there's some basic postures of mudras that are held in stillness, and then the rest of the movements are all movements that are either quick movements or slow movements. But all of them happen, none of them happen in a very fast or aggressive way like what you might see in a martial art. Yi Fa Qi Gong isn't a martial art, it's a cultivation art. So the fast movement is just an unstopped movement at the natural speed of your arms, right? You see it here, for example, in the first preliminary exercise. That's a fast movement. And then a slow movement you see in the second exercise, or in the second part of this exercise, when the hands move slowly down, and then they go up in a faster movement again and slowly down. Right? So there's that mix of fast and slow exercises, or fast and slow movements in the exercises. There's also, for the most part, a relaxed state. There are a few motions in Yi Fa Qi Gong where there is tension. For example, when you're at the very top of that first preliminary exercise, there your body is tense and then it starts to release as it lowers, right? Likewise, when you're doing the pointing in the directions part of the first exercise here, you're holding tension and then that releases. So you're holding tension as you push and as you hold there, and then it releases. But when you're here, for example, in the stillness part of the level 1 exercise, or later on when you're down here, there isn't tension. The body is relaxed. It's just still, right? In terms of the hand positioning in relation to the body, the most important thing to remember is that the hands should not touch each other. If they touch each other, you're canceling the current of the qi as it's moving through you. So if you're moving up like this in the first preliminary exercise, right, or you're coming down like this, and the fingers of the hand touch each other, then you will feel it sometimes. You know, like the contact happens, and then what you're working with breaks into that circuit that you've created, right? So be careful about that. Now, when that happens, the only thing you really need to do is not do it anymore, right? Break out of it and then continue down. And maybe in these exercises where you're doing more than one circulation, right? Like in the first and second preliminary exercise, where you're going down this way and then all the way up, and you're doing this 3 or 4 times, you can choose to do it 1 extra time instead of just doing it the amount you normally do, just to account for giving yourself 1 extra cycle to make up for the one that you made the contact. Likewise, the hands shouldn't touch the body. If the hands knock against the body, the exact same effect happens. But you also don't want the hands to be too far away. If they're too far away, you're not connecting to the near energy body. There are 3 important parts of your outer body, right, of your chi body. One is the immediate chi body, which is the part that's right outside your body, about 1 inch away. So this is the one you're working on, for example, when you're doing the second preliminary practice, right? You're going down along the center line and then up the back of the center line of the chi meridians. And in all of that part, your hands should be about 1 inch away, right? They shouldn't be too much more, and they shouldn't be so close that you're constantly touching. You don't want to touch, right? You want to be just out. And how can you tell exactly where to put them? Well, at first, you probably can't, so just kind of wing it, right? But you can also tell from what feels comfortable, and as you get to know Qigong better, and you start to become more and more perceptive of Qi, you may realize that what's comfortable also is because you're feeling where that point of the Qi outer body is, where the skin of that body is. And so if you go a little bit further, suddenly it doesn't feel comfortable. If you go a little bit further out, it feels like there's nothing there, right? Now, you'll also want to take note when you're doing the first preliminary exercise. This is the outer Qi body, which extends basically an arm's length in either direction. And that's like a sphere, right? In later Yi Fa Qi Gong exercises, in the higher level exercises that we have in the Yi Fa society, you're going to become more familiar with that outer energy body. Here, likewise, the key is that sense of sensation, right? So there are those moments where the hands are away from the body. Whenever the hands are close to the body, they should be about that distance. So here, for example, when you're at the end and you're drawing qi into the lower dantian and the first furnace, what you want is for the first hand, your inner hand, which is the left hand for the man or the right hand for a woman, to be about an inch away from the lower dantian, the point just under the belly button. And the second hand should be directly above the first hand, about the same distance away. So that's about another inch between the top of the hand and the center point of the right hand. Okay? So with those tips in mind, try to keep yourself aware of them when you're practicing, and you'll see a difference in the level of your practice. Thank you.